Oh,
Okay.
oh man, wait a minute. Can you hear me?
We're going to go ahead and start the second part of Belial's story. Belial, where we left off was you were saying that there's a different pain when your daughter passed, and that's where we left off.
Right. I remember last thing I said. I'm not gonna lie on God, because now sometimes we have experiences, and who knows? We said we, I don't want to say God told me this, but I know um, when I was a little depressed, I was kind of depressed. I wound up one day I was crying, and then voice came to me that said, I had to take everybody just to let you know that is um, that it's me and you. I'm here. I'm here with you. Something to that aspect, and I it made me think about the song because I was crying and laughing at the same time of joy and pain.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm like, I never did that before, laughed and cried at the same time.
Right.
So yeah, so it was like I went through 1 year, and then the next year I told myself that it's gonna be a better year. When New Year's come in, it's gonna be better. This year is gonna be better. And I guess with the train of thought, I noticed, it just everything lighten up.
Yeah.
From there, every day I think about it.
Right.
Whatnot. It's like I had a dream. I had a dream this morning. I didn't see it,
Um.
uh, but a friend of mine said, "Man, I had to go pick your daughter up from school," and I was like, "Thank you,
Uh
thank
huh.
you, I appreciate that." Whatnot, but I don't know, but she was a part of that dream, although I didn't see her.
Wow. Wow. That's deep. She was a part of that dream, although you didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, at any point in time after that happened with your mom and your daughter and your grandchild, did you waver or lose your faith at any point in time?
So I gotta keep pushing. I have to keep pushing. God done, God done did so much for me. It's not no going back. And a lot of times when people talk like this, certain things will appear to happen. But I gotta keep pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't give up on me.
Hmm. That's right. That's the truth. That's the
Yeah,
truth.
So you're right. You are absolutely right. Um, Going through the situation that you went through, because that weighs heavily.
right.
Anyone who may be going through something of this situation, what type of encouraging words do you have for them as they're going through?
I think things happen to people just to help the the next person, because it's like I said, I was still working at the other church and at the front desk, and people would come in. People, people are hurting. People will come in with their situations and stuff, but I tell them what I went through or whatnot, and it kind of lift them up a little bit. Like, I guess what's weighing on them, you know, they they will leave out feeling better than they did. And even when I was working at the other church, and people will come in talking about nothing's going right for me, this and that and whatnot. My first thing question, I'm like, did you wake up today? They said, yeah. I said, well,
Hmm.
that's the victory right there. You woke up. I'm like, um, did you have a roof over your head last night? I said, it might not have been the one you wanted, but did you have one over your head? They were like, yeah. Did you have resources to get back and forth today? Did you eat? It might not have ate what you want. They're like, yeah. I'm like,
Hmm.
winning, really, and
That's true.
how some folks will say glass is half full. I mean, half empty, and then you can look at it as a half full at the same token.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I try to encourage people, when I can, when I not. I thank God for my friends that that I do stay connected to because view, and that's how we are.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
The last part that I heard, I don't know if it came through or not, but you said you stay connected to your friends and then everything just went out for me. I didn't hear anything after that.
Okay, but I was saying my close friends that I have, we all stay connected to each other, and it's more like we help each other out. Like let's say I can say, man, this ain't doing this. I did this. They like, man, that wasn't right or whatever. So
Mhm.
we look at it from another standpoint, and we wind up we like iron sharpening iron.
Yeah. Iron sharpen iron.
Mm-hmm.
Each one helping each other, keeping each other up, encouraging
Yeah,
them, and you know,
yeah.
help them
And then some,
stand.
right, and then sometimes it's a time not to give information. It's just a time
Yeah,
to
listen.
just listen because it's like almost like the person might have something in them that's bottled up, and then certain situations I don't comment on anyway. I some areas I don't comment because I don't feel it's my place to comment. But a lot of times, you might have
Mm-hmm.
friends need somebody to get, and they just almost like a balloon. If you don't talk about it, that balloon gonna get full and gonna bust.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Wow.
Okay.
yeah. I only try to talk
Well,
things that I have experienced, and if I don't have no experience, I don't. I'm not talking about it.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Mm.
mm-hmm. Definitely. You had mentioned earlier about energy. When you're out and about, let's say you're at the grocery store, just wherever, do
Mm-hmm.
you find people that will come up to you out the blue and they'll just say hello or whatever and they start talking to you, then the next thing you know they're just telling their life story or something they're telling to you that's dramatic in their life because of the energy that they're feeling from you? Do you ever get that?
Sometimes not all the time, no, but I have,
Mm-hmm.
I've had situations like that. Yeah, and
Mm.
then there's a few times that somebody might have said something, and I'm like, man, that don't sound right. Just like certain words, I try to, I just did it. I don't, I don't even like the word try because trying is not doing. You
Hmm.
like I say, you like Nike, just do it. I learned this situation years ago. I had a supervisor that told me, you've been late. Showed me all the days you've been late all these days. You can't be late as of now. And we was friends because it was supervisor over.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, she said, as of now, you cannot be late anymore. So I said, okay, I'm gonna try to make it work on time. And I think words are very powerful. So that next day, I got up early, got myself together, left out, put the bus to the subway station early, put the train early. I had transfer, catch another train, and the train was late, because I guess you know how something might happen in the tunnel where the train can't move into the
Mm-hmm.
train in front of it. So, long story short, I got to my stop, came out, put the bus. I had to catch another bus uptown, and then I had a long walk. There's a bus that would get you there in, like, say, about 3 minutes. And the bus had pulled off just before I got off the other bus. So I had to run. So I made it to work, but I was late. So I basically did what I said I was going to do. So instead of me, a lot of times people don't like to challenge themselves. You know, say what you want. You know, speak what you want to happen.
Right.
Instead of, you know, like, I don't think I can. You know, or I don't. That might not work. You know, you gotta speak what you want to happen. So sometimes I might hear somebody say certain things, and I might comment, "I'm gonna give you a good one." I hear somebody saying, "I'm sorry." I'm like, don't be sorry, because God ain't made no sorry individuals. Just stay great. And we might get to talk and whatever, and expounding on different things, just like that. I just work on I almost did him, but I'd rather say work on.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather work on saying things, that I need, that I should say, instead of just, you know, slip up like I almost did a few minutes ago. And excuse me for saying,
That's all right.
something like that. That's not a good habit. Yeah.
How old was your daughter when she passed away?
My daughter was 22, and it's wow, because
Wow.
it was New Year's Eve, and I I listened to self a lot of times, and I've been through certain situations. Don't go that way. Nah, I'm going this way because I want the people over so see the new car I have, and run right into something that I should.
Mm.
I'm not talking about an accident that I shouldn't run into. So I, like, with the energy, I listen. You keep skinning your knees up. You gotta do things different. When you feel something, or with that energy tell you, go this way, don't go that way, whatnot. So I try to listen,
Yeah.
and I try to listen to it, whatnot. So getting back to um, New Year's Eve, um, I was going across town. I said, now I'm not gonna go up a certain street because it's gonna make me stop and see my daughter. Now I'm saying this all during the day, and it keep popping up. Go see your daughter. Go see your daughter. Go see your daughter.
Mm.
Nah, I'm gonna go around the block and come out to my buddy Reginald mother's house, and they live on the same street, but just a block over. But I'm
Mm.
like, cause if I know if I go over there, I'm gonna wanna, it's gonna throw me off track. I'm gonna wanna stay over there. My plans were, and this was back when I didn't have the full understanding. I know now that the oil is for like,
Healing.
say, your health, like sick or whatever, and he had said, you know, he was learning and I was learning, but his pastor at that time, before he started going in the holiness church, before he became got under Pastor Jennings, I was going to get that oil, shoot back across town. I wanted to go to the grocery store and put my stuff up and head down to the church. Now I got off from work from the church, and I'm head back to the church for the service. So I said, man, I know if I go see my daughter now, I'm gonna want to stay. I'm not gonna want to just leave. So I wound up, the closer I got, I was on the train. And you need to go see your daughter. You need to go see your daughter. So I said, I'm gonna turn block before I get there. Then I said, like, you know what? I'm gonna go see my daughter. So I went to see my daughter. So my daughter, baby father, and I saw everybody. I think everybody that passed except for my granddaughter. That's the only one I didn't see. She wasn't at the house. She was at her other grandmother's house in the neighborhood. So basically, I stopped over there, and I really wasn't feeling my daughter's boyfriend because I feel, a man's supposed to lead, and I'm not saying just do what a man say, nothing like that. I'm saying when he's right.
Right.
And it was a situation where as though they wanted to go to the movies, and I told my daughter to be back over here by a certain time, and don't worry, I gave her some money so she didn't have to worry about cashing her check. So I don't know whether he called himself being slick or whatever, but he was like, well, now I just went on with her. She can't went to cash her check. Cause I said, well, if you don't, if things don't work out, how did I say it? I said that means you don't see her.
Yeah.
So I feel you should stepped up and led and say, nah, your father gave you money, this and that. Come on, let's go to the movies so we come back and everything can work out the way it's supposed to work out. So I had different feelings towards him doing, after that.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of came around late on, and that was like around Thanksgiving time. I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving. I celebrate family. So when we went to West Virginia to my cousin's house. So for Thanksgiving. So they went for Thanksgiving. I went for family. So long story short, she could ask me something, can he participate, this and that. And I said, yeah. She told me he was so happy when like I dropped my guards.
Mm-hmm.
So now getting back to the point, this I was talking to them on the 31st, and my daughter already told me. He happened to come in, but my daughter told me that he said she asked him was he going to church that night, and he said, "Nah, I ain't going to church. God already blessed me." So want to bless you how? He like, today my birthday.
Mm.
My daughter's birthday was 29th of December.
Mm-hmm.
And his birthday was the 31st of December.
Okay.
So when I was over at the house, I wound up talking to her, and she told me that. So later on he came in. So I said, I spoke to him and everything, but I played off like I didn't know. So I just called his name quick. And he come, huh? I say, you going to church tonight? And his hands were like, kind of like that. He was,
Mm-hmm.
I said, so your mind, I said, your body seemed like you're saying no, but your body language saying, I'm not going to church, but she is.
Mm-hmm.
Bust out laughing with the biggest laugh I ever heard. So next thing, I was showing my daughter my laptop, and then a horn blew. So I said, she said, Daddy, she looked out the window and said, Daddy, we got to get ready to go. I said, we all going? She said, we going to a prayer visual for all the people that died this year. So I said, all right. So, I hugged her, told her I love her, whatnot, and they went on and left. So later on that night, my phone rang, and it was my daughter. She said, Daddy, we went to church. Keith went to church. He went to church with us. I said, that's and in my mind, I told her I was coming over there that night, but I got sidetracked. And I went home. I got a block away from where I live. I was riding with somebody else, and I'm like, I was supposed to be going over my other friend's house, and to see my daughter in there. So I wound up saying, well, you know what, I see him another time. So God, well, I look at it like this: God directed me to go home because I would have been in that fire as well.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
And another situation, it was I remember one day I was working another job, and my daughter mother asked me would I come over when I get off work. I said yeah, but I wound up going home, and I was tired. And she's like, "Are you coming over?" This and that. I said, "Well, I'm a little tired, this and that." And I wound up went into a deep sleep and woke up and found out that somebody, it was a situation because my daughter's sister and a few other people were at the house, and some guys, young guys, came to visit my daughter's sister. She's older than my daughter. My daughter was in like second grade, and the, one of the guys that lived there put them out. So I was supposed to be going over there that night, but later on that night they went back. Somebody knocked on the door. They knocked on the door, and the guy opened the door, and they shot him right there in the house,
Wow.
right in front of my door. So there again, God sent me somewhere else, sent me home. I could have been there.
Wow, you
So
got a lot to thank God for.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot because look
yeah,
how many times, oh, His grace and mercy just fell upon you each and every time.
yeah,
And He gave you another opportunity. Come to me. It's a blessing. He loves you. That's all I can say.
yes.
Wow, you've been through so much. I mean, that is a powerful testimony, and you still standing strong. Where do you pull your joy from and your strength from?
I told somebody that I could be wrong, but I I never knew what they say what they meant when they say joy comes in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But when I wake up, that's my joy right there, because I know who woke me up.
Right.
I know who's doing these things for me and whatnot. I mean, it's times I be driving, and somebody might, I'm okay in my mind, and I'm being conscious of everything, but I'm like, well, I'm ready to get over in the left lane, but I can feel the energy. I don't get over in the left lane, something shoom, fly right past, whatnot, and then I'm not gonna lie now, although Chrissy, when you, Sister Chrissy, when you saw me leave y'all when we was on the highway coming back to
Yeah.
DC.
Uh-huh.
I drive fast. I drive fast when I have lanes, and I know,
And
like
you were
let's say
driving
I'm
fast that day. I mean, I was like, where he fit to? You were gone.
let me go here home so I can uh, give um give what I had to give for your husband
Uh-huh.
and meet y'all over at the house.
Right.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I might drive faster when I see I have lanes that's open and cars are way up the road. But I don't drive up on nobody's car. I keep a distance, and I used to work with Metro Access, so certain things, certain things I learned from there. Although I'm riding in a car, not a bus or a
Right.
van, because the heavier the vehicle is, the harder it is to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Really,
true.
I think I drive slower now than I used to drive because,
Mhm.
like, say, on the regular streets in the city,
Mm-hmm.
I drive a lot slower.
Okay, that's good.
But when I get on that road and I see I have lanes and space, I might pick up some speed then. And then I don't. I look at how people ride up on somebody like, and two things for me, like they gonna muscle you to make you drive fast. And I still have my old mentality that you're not gonna muscle me. You only can control. The one thing I learned about driving, you only can control what's behind you. You can't control
Yeah.
what's behind you.
Mhm.
Right,
So
right.
with somebody behind me, they gonna go around or they gonna just stay behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm. Well, all I can say is it sounds to me from your testimony that God is truly has been working in your life and he's still continuously working in your life. And you continue to have your faith, you continue to have your joy, you continue to be humble and continue to testify to as many people as you're able to just so they can hear your story because I know that your story is helping someone
Yes.
to get them through what they're going through at this moment because we just don't know who it could be,
Right.
but I know it's going to help someone.
Oh yeah.
Right. And
Mhm.
you know the things God is doing, I got to make sure I'm doing my part. You know, because sometimes I don't know. I think I'm I'm my worst critic, but I want every day to be better than better than the day before. Then I can see some things like, oh man, I failed right there. I failed right there, and I'm like, oh man, I don't think I met the mark for the day.
Right.
But
Mhm.
yeah,
That's why he gave us repentance.
Yep.
Thank God for repentance.
yeah,
And also, others will see the change in you before you see it in yourself. That's why you're so hard. We are our worst critic. We are
Yeah.
harder on ourselves than anybody else is, but others will see our change before we'll see it.
right. I have to call one of my friends because that's another thing I like saying but I have to call one of my friends because I gave I sent him a YouTube of pastor, and he tells me you know he sees the difference in me, but I haven't heard from him in a while because I sent him a little something there. But he told me like this. He said when I was talking to him about certain things, he said, "Man, if you want my friend, you wouldn't be telling me." He said, "I'd rather hear from you, because if you don't tell me, you ain't my friend." But
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
My goodness, I tell you. But once again, that's a powerful story. Very powerful. And may God continue to work in your life and lead you in new directions to help someone of need. May He continue to do that in your path.
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
God be the glory.
Yes. So to someone else out there that may have experienced one of those situations and circumstances that you have experienced, within a couple of words, what type of advice would you give to them to keep moving and to keep going?
Um, don't give up. Basically, you have to stay strong. We have to stay strong, and God, it's true. God ain't gonna put more on us than we can handle. Sometimes when we're going through, we we don't think we can handle it, but the the key of going through is going through. You're gonna come out on the other side. So God, like I used to tell people when they used to come to the other church, when they come and say, my life is all messed up, this and I'm like, well, did you get through it?
Mm.
Mhm.
Have it ever been a time that God didn't take care of you? I'm like, well, He got you,
Yeah.
but we have to have a mindset, and we have to play our part too,
Yes. That's right.
and do some things we got to start doing different.
That's true.
You know?
Mhm.
And we just, just know that God is with you. Every step
Yes.
of the way, God is with you. Sometimes
Yes.
it may not feel like it because you can't see him physically, but he's with you. And he
Mm-hmm.
always give you a way out of certain of situations that but and he also say cast all the burdens on him.
Right.
Let him take care of it. So just
And
give him.
I'm noticing myself. Excuse me, I ain't mean
Mm,
to
no,
take you
you're
off.
fine.
But it's small things. You know, my main thing is peace, peace and good health.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know, so because if you don't have no peace, it's it's terrible. But
It's terrible.
Mm.
yeah, peace and my health are my main things. And I ask them now. I might ask them stuff during the day like, uh, take me from here to there, or God do this for me or that. I really don't, but I think about even when it comes down, please don't let those three last lights be red lights because those three last lights stay red for 5 minutes, you know. And then
Uh,
I roll up the lights red and then they turn green right. And I'm like, it kind of makes me laugh a little bit. Like, God is probably saying, I don't know. And like I said, I don't want to be lying on God either.
yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
God, God, God might be saying, you asked me for the small stuff. When you gonna ask me for the big stuff? But
All right.
I just, I just try to stay humble and what I feel that's important. I mean, yeah, we want a new car, this and that. We would like a new car. I ain't gonna say that, but the car that I have, people like, when you on track, man, God bless me with this car.
Mhm.
Bills, I might have situations. I don't like I don't like saying the word problem. I'm gonna have a few situations that I have to work with the car, but he's taking care of me with my car.
All right.
So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so I'm learning to appreciate certain
Hmm.
things. That's and I'm like, sometimes I look at it like this, maybe why disturb God with some dumb stuff?
Go with the serious stuff. That's all.
Yeah,
Go to him with something that you know you're gonna need. That's true. But I mean, you make sure you continue to stay humble. Just because
Mm-hmm.
grace falls upon the humble. So that's what it is all about. Just humility. Yeah.
well,
Grace and mercy.
Mm-hmm. Grace and mercy.
yes.
Bilal, we thank you so very much for coming on our channel and supporting
Thank
it.
you, thank you for having me.
Yes.
Yeah, your testimony is very powerful, and I know
Thank
that
you
it
for
would touch someone out there.
to God be the glory, Lord Jesus.
Yes, to God be the glory.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Miss Debbie?
Me too. I just want to thank you very much for coming on and doing your testimony, telling your story. And I know that it has helped someone, and it will also continue to help someone as many people what will view this. You've been honest, you've been straightforward with us. And like Chrissy says, you are humble, and you can see that definitely in you. And
Mhm.
continue to be the way you are, and continue to have God to use you in the way that He wants to use you. Because what they say, sky's the limit, right?
Yes.
So in those words, sky's the limits for you below.
Yeah.
Sky is the limit.
Yes.
Thank
Like,
And we
and keep that positive outlook that you have.
yes,
'Cause you
yes. Positive attitude.
yeah.
and I have to work. I have to work on that because I mean, sometimes it's like I had to apologize to a guy um at work one day. Um, I have a cot that I use. I push around to do my work, and they'll find stuff that's trash or whatever, and they'll sit it on my cot. Like it's no trash can. I told them take it off. I guess like you say the alpha in me, man, take it
Yeah.
off my
Mm-hmm.
So so and then he took it and put it on. I'm like, man, and I'm telling him his faults. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, man, that was real. I said, man, that was real spiteful, petty and spiteful. All you had to do was sit it right there where the other stuff is that's not being used, or brought
Exactly.
back that somebody or whatever. So then I had to go back and apologize